into the silver market. They thought it was a good hedge against inflation. So beginning in the early 1970s, they started buying up silver. First at $2 an ounce, then $3 an ounce, then $4 an ounce. They kept buying and buying and buying. And by 1979, they controlled 200 million ounces of silver. This is over 1/3 of all the silver available in the world that wasn't stored with a government. And in 1979 alone, they were able to drive the price of silver from about $6 an ounce all the way up to $50 an ounce. And this just created silver mania. People were taking their silverware from their drawer, melting it down, pawning it. They convinced all of their rich friends that, hey, look, this thing has gone up by almost 10% over the past year. You need to buy into this. It started driving up the prices of all sorts of things, from film to medical tools that are made from silver, also to jewelry, to a point where Tiffany & Co., the giant jeweler in New York City, put out a statement and they said, "We think it is unconscionable for anyone to hoard several billion, yes, billion, dollars worth of silver and thus drive the prices up so high that others must pay artificially high prices for articles made of silver, from baby spoons to tea sets, as well as photographic film and other products." And if Tiffany & Co., the jeweler, is taking out an ad in the New York Times complaining about the price of silver, you know that there is an issue at hand. And the real issue for the Hunt brothers was that they weren't just stacking bars of silver down in their basement. They weren't collecting 1-ounce coins and throwing them into a corner. They were trading in futures, so future production and prices of silver. And in 1980, the US government decided, you know what? We don't like these guys from Texas trying to control the price of this commodity, trying to manipulate the markets. And so they put in act a law that said, no, you cannot speculatively trade futures of the silver commodity. And that caused a great problem for the Hunt brothers. Everybody started getting cold feet. They're like, oh no, the government doesn't really like this. The Hunt brothers got called on some of their options. They had to put up some more collateral. They didn't have that collateral to put up because they were over leveraged. And it all went bust. The price of silver dropped from about $50 an ounce all the way down to $11 an ounce. The Hunt brothers lost over $1 billion. They eventually had brothers lost over $1 billion. They later were fined over $100 million by the US government for trying to manipulate the markets. And that is a cautionary tale of greed, of trying to control these markets, and kind of the craze that can happen around these precious metals or any commodity at different times. And little old me, I am just trying to make 1 ounce of silver. And so for now, I will think more about the Hunt.
Past pizza video.
Hi, how are you?
I screen printed every Pokemon for 151. Bro's been going crazy with the, I don't know if you guys
Can
know
I
this,
buy
he's a
all
fashion
these
designer.
cards right here? Guys, welcome. For the past
and-
150 days, we have been
Oh, here, I'll
screen
let you
printing a
see the video.
Pokemon every single day. Process for this, it was
He's
a
like a
challenge.
fashion
We really
designer,
came
really
together, put
popular.
our minds together, put our brain power together, time, energy, and we made it happen. Every single day, we didn't miss a Pokemon for 150 days.
That's crazy. He'll just print on a shirt with like a design already on it, Which is sick. I like that. Fuck with it. I got my little Game Boy.
Morning. You got the keys. We started this
That's a
project
sick
right
screen
after we
printing
got
shop.
back from 730 printing tour. We did
That's all
live
you need right
printing,
there. A
parking
couple
lots
automated
around the world.
printers,
Got
one
straight
manual
back.
one.
Hasn't been any days off since.
That's like an
Every
8 color.
night we've been staying late just to print these Pokemon. We deal with all our other clients, do what
Hard.
I have to do, Babbitt stuff, and then we print a Pokemon each night. It's become a routine. So we've been here till basically midnight every single day. Micah and James have been slaving away, going hard, really locked in. We don't know what we're doing, honestly, but when you have a challenge, you have to accomplish it. Because there's a lot of people saying, oh, you can't do this, why are you doing this? It's not even to prove them wrong, it's to prove us right. And just to prove it to ourselves that we
He's a
can
nut.
do this, 730 Printing, LLC.
Hard.
Pokemon daily process.
Those that
Basically
equipment's
starts the
not
night
cheap,
before.
bro.
We start by cleaning the screens.
Those are
Every
the
day we
big
have to do
chunky
this, Get them
screens.
ready, get them coated, get them
Crazy
dried for the
process.
next day. Then we move over to the art department. It starts with hand drawing and vectoring these all. Vic does that with the iPad. Then we send it over to the RIP software, which after we separate it, this basically breaks it into a readable file for our laser. Take it over to the back to the dark room. We bring it to the laser. The laser burns the image into the emulsion. We wash it out and then we dry it. Afterwards, we bring it over to the press. We tape it up with our 730 printing PMI tape. We throw it on the press. We get it all registered, all nice. We mix a new ink for every Pokemon, for every color, so that everything is as close to the anime original as possible. We throw the inks on the screens. We run our test print. Once it looks good, we run our production. Then we make about 10 to 20 of each Pokemon. Then it's done. That's a wrap.
Now we get to add our final pile to the stack. Pokemon 151 Mew.
Damn.
Guys, we did it. Take a look around.
Yo.
All these Pokemon here. Eevee, Ditto, Chansey, Tangela. We got them all here. We've been slaving away day and night printing these here at 730 Printing, because here we like to set a challenge and accomplish it. Someone said to us, yo, you guys should print every single Pokemon. You know, next week we said, you know, we actually should do that. And we did it. So we actually accomplished
Everything
it. Everything
he's wearing is custom
Everything's
made,
printed
like,
on
that
Revived
flannel
blanks
he got on is
because we're
fire.
saving the environment. Here at 730 Printing, we love the environment. So we're using Revived blanks. Started my project, Babbitt Revived. Every single Friday we've been dropping shirts, $25, printed on Revived blanks. Every piece is unique. You don't know what you're gonna get. You could get grandma's shirt, you could get grandpa's sweater, you could get, you know, a shirt that's been around the world. It could be pink, blue, yellow, green, blue, yellow. So here we got the Staryu printed on some baseball jersey, Little Timmy's baseball jersey. Guys, we're going to get some Pokemon cards real quick. We're going to screen print on them. It's going to be awesome. Alright guys, we're on our way. We're going to pick up some Pokemon cards to screen print on. I already have a lot of Pokemon cards. I collect sealed vintage packs. So if you have any sealed vintage packs, DM me. And who knows, we could work out a deal. You get a shirt and a card? Are you nuts? For 25 bucks? Damn, that's crazy, right? Some of those. Some of these. Some of these. Get some of these. These are always a scam, but it's okay. We're printing on them. Let's get some of these. Get a Munchlax. We'll send this in a random order. If you get that, you're lucky. Pika! Pika! Merry Christmas, everyone. Every single item scanned, so I don't even want to hear them try to get me. Every single item is scanned. You can count them.
Looking at it. Let's go.
It's my name, Austin Babbitt. Everywhere we go, we find new supporters. That's how you put them on. These cards are expensive, bruh. Yeah, this is it. You gotta follow. Oh, no, that's not. Oh. That's someone who made a video. That's it. Yeah, follow. You're gonna see us. Thank you.
No problem.
Say
man.
what's up to the video.
Hey, I'm not gonna say anything else. I stream under a mask, so I'm not saying who I am.
So, what do you stream?
Mostly Elden Ring and stuff like that.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
Should I get on some games, chat? Or what?
Gonna find everything you need.
Oh, yeah.
You play some Call of Duty. It's 2 extra weekend, but I got work to do.
Good Christmas.
Exactly.
The lifelong
Exactly.
dilemma
That's
right
the
here.
goal.
Do you
So
work
thank
or
you.
do you go with what you like to do?
We need
I'm
more.
gonna keep this playing. I'm gonna set it up at least.
We need
you know?
more cards.
I gotta set up my.
Switching to hyperdrive.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
I gotta set up my little game system because I take it with me when I go out. Not always, but just when I'm gonna go somewhere where I'll be like bored at, I take this shit with me. I got the Asus ROG Ally. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. This thing is pretty much a gaming PC portable, so you can play anything. You can play all retro games, any system, PS1, PS2, 3. You could play, and then anything obviously on like Epic or Steam. So all the PC games you could play. And what else? It's a PC, so I can edit. I could just stream straight from this little device right here. It's pretty much just a portable, like super portable laptop with a built-in gaming Xbox controller on it. So pretty fire. Okay.
No, the cards!
God
God bless. Merry Christmas. If I got it, then my whole team got it. You feel me?
I got a little separate keyboard for this specifically.
Do you have Pokemon cards here?
We do. There is a case in the middle.
Can I buy all these cards right here?
Yeah, sure. That's really fine.
Let's do it.
All of them in the case?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hang tight just for a few minutes while I add them up, and then I'll let you know, okay?
No problem. Are these just random?
Yeah.
Or do you have hollows?
There might be hollows in there.
Mhm.
It's all like cheaper end cards.
Mhm.
So.
All right. Could I just get like let's do like 100 of those cards.
So what do you guys do?
So I run a screen printing shop, and the past 151 days, we just screen printed every single Pokemon onto shirts and stuff.
Nice. That's awesome.
So we're gonna sell them, and every order comes with a screen printed card as well.
Oh, that's so cool, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. Guys, I used to collect Marvel Legends when I was younger. They don't make toys like this anymore. Good quality.
All right, your total is $568.
That is facts. They don't make
Whenever you're ready.
toys like they used to. I was noticing the
That
G.I.
might be
Joes don't have like the same
Cool.
Dude, I
movability
appreciate
that they
it.
used
course,
to.
Thanks so much for
appreciate
coming
you.
by.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good one. Thanks.
Look at that flag shining with the truck right there.
That
Ain't that
Pokemon
beautiful?
shop's the real winner this fucking
Flag waving
season.
truck. We got rare Pokemon cards and a putty from Mighty Morphin.
Buddy is legit.
Ain't that beautiful? Flying Pikachu, Melanie. Who knows what you're gonna get? That's the excitement of Pokemon. Could get something cool, could get something not so cool. Alright, we out of here. Drop 10 comments. PSA 8. PSA 8. Wow. Look at that. Guys, $200 box right here. Let's crack it open. So we're gonna open all these cards. We're gonna screen print on them. One card comes with every order. It's a little Christmas gift from me to you. So not only are you getting a shirt for $25,
Oh damn!
you're also getting a screen printed Pokemon card.
I left my.
And you might get something rare. Let's see what we get. Ooh, Nidoking, holographic. Ooh. All right, let's see what else we got. We're cracking cards today. Oh, Starmie. Oh, hello, Starmie. Guys, drop a comment for Starmie. Dewgong, Ekans, Mewtwo. Guys, we just pulled a Mewtwo. Drop a comment. Jinx! My favorite Pokemon! Guys, drop a comment for Jinx. We love her.
I'm not
And a
buying.
holographic
I'm not buying this
thing.
excitement.
Whoa! Full art Golem! That's pretty sick. We've been getting some good pulls in this pack right here. And yes, these are growing in every single order. You could get a full art, you could get a holo, you could get a common piece of shit card. But it's a mystery, and that's why we love it. Oh shit! We printed Mew today, and we got the gold full art Mew right now.
Lit.
That's amazing. So guys, every card here that we're opening, we're gonna lay them out, screen print them, send them in every single order. That's my Christmas gift to you. There will be no doubles for multi-orders. If you order 5, you're gonna get 5 unique Pokemon. If you order 10, you're gonna get 10. If you order 20, no doubles. Guys, order multiple. Don't miss out on this. Don't miss out on this. This is really something neat. This is really something cool. No one else is doing it like this. Guys, come on. Drop a comment, pre-made, ready to ship, right to your door, just in time for Christmas. Drop a comment if you love Christmas. Pokemon wasn't a thing until a
Just
Japanese
drop a
guy
comment.
said,
All right, I'm gonna drop a comment. Fuck it.
and Pokemon was
I
invented.
got viewers. I gotta.
That's the same thing here.
Gotta
These
respect
shirts
the
weren't real
process.
till we said, let's put our minds together, let's do it, let's make it happen. Now we turn this baseball, little kid varsity baseball shirt into something cool that hopefully someone will take care of and enjoy. And one day they could pass it down to their grandkids and they'll say, Grandpappy, what is
Goggins
this?
shit.
You say, yeah, these guys at 730 Printing, they printed every single Pokemon and I decided to buy a shirt. It's crazy that it's worth $1 million now. And guys, I got vintage cards at home from my childhood.
We're loading up the game
Bring
right
them
now.
through, print on them, put them out in the world. It's an example of how we're printing the cards. We got them laid out right
As you
here.
can see here.
Oh yeah. Oh, one card stuck to it. Look at the Mew. All right, guys, look at that, hot off the press. Gently take them off. If you get one of these, send it to PSA. Can't stress that enough. I want to see these graded. It will look so cool. Perfect shot right there. Wow. So sick. Guys, take a look at these. Look at the quality of these prints. These are great Pokemon right here. We got Mewtwo. Printed him yesterday. Take a look at all these screens here. Guys, drop a comment how many screens you think we went through during this whole
God
project.
damn,
I'll
that's
pause
an
it, drop a
operation,
comment,
bro.
We'll get back to the video. Whatever you guessed, the correct answer is 1,020 screens just for this project. That's
Wow.
pretty crazy. If anyone who screen prints, you understand, just for this little side project, 1,020 screens. And we mixed all the ink, custom colors. And guys, we did a custom color. We had to color match every single Pokemon, and it's difficult. You know, you think yellow is yellow. No. Pikachu yellow is not Zapdos yellow. You get it? So we had to make a custom color for every Pokemon. We did over 718 custom inks just for this project. So we tried to color match it the best we could. Let us know how we did.
Holy shit.
I think we did pretty damn good. Oh yeah, this one was printed for Eevee. And this is the Pantone number.
Damn.
Isn't that something special?
Yeah.
Drop a comment if you love Eevee. Guys, this right here is only 40 screens right here. 40 screens. Imagine 1,020 screens. We wouldn't have enough room for that. That's why we had to wash them out, change the art, do all that. Guys, this is one of the final screens for this project. Mew screen. Whoever orders 6 or more is automatically entered into a raffle to win this. You should frame it, hang it on your wall. This is a piece of history right here. Now we can finally rest. No more Pokemon. No more worrying about Pokemon every single fuck.
Hold on, chat. I'm trying to get the audio right.
fucking day. Say, hey guys, another Pokemon. Oh, what Pokemon is it today? Diglett, you know, or a Pokemon we don't really care about. I actually like Diglett. You know, he gets a bad rap, but I like Diglett. But, you know, oh, it's time to print Clefairy #2. Whoever, you know, person who looks like Clefairy, there's 1,000 Pokemon that look like all the same. Now, we get to send them out into the world, and I'm excited, you know. We worked hard, we grinded, and now, the best part is, sending it out the door, finds a new home, you know? And that's what's great. That's why we love making stuff. That's why we love creating. It's all part of the thing, you know? And we love you guys so much. Thanks for the support. What challenge should we do next? Drop a comment. Should we print Yu-Gi-Oh? Should we fucking do this? Whatever. Let's get creative. Let's figure it out. Let's push the limits and the boundaries. Guys, why we say 6 Pokemon, why you should get 6 Pokemon is every Pokemon trainer has 6 Pokemon, you know. So, who's your favorite 6 Pokemon? Drop a comment. My personal favorites, Geodude, Wartortle. Hold on, I gotta look at the Pokemon. My 6, we talking strength or just who I like, you know? This Poliwhirl guy, Ponyta's pretty cool, slept on Pokemon. I like Sandslash, I'm not gonna lie. Let's say Jinx. Alright, guys, look, that was my 6. Make sure to pick your favorite 6 in the comments below. Build your team. Who do you wish to receive? And you might just be lucky.
All right, my team of 6 is Zapdos, Dragonite, Mew, Pikachu, Electabuzz, and Vaporeon.
All right, my team of 6 is probably Slifer, Alakazam, fucking Persian, Charizard, Gyarados, probably Mewtwo out of these 151.
My team is 6, Dragonite, Gyarados, Snorlax, Gengar, motherfucking Magikarp, Zapdos.
My team of 6 is Alakazam, Moltres, Raichu, Scyther, Starmie, and Snorlax.
Guys, you see everyone's team here. Drop a comment whose team you think would win in a real Pokemon battle. Also, comment below, pick your favorite 6 in the comments below. This Friday at noon, Babbitt Pokemon finally drops. All orders, if you order multiple, you get no duplicates. That's the 730 printing guarantee. No duplicates. Guys, I hope you're feeling lucky because only less than 3% are legendary Pokemon and only less than 1% are shiny. Every single order comes with a card, so don't fucking slack. We got screen printed cards. That's art. You can frame that alone. We could sell that for $25 alone, but it's Christmas and I'm feeling nice and I love you guys so much, so I'm giving you that. Remember, orders over 6 or more have a better chance of getting a holo screen printed card, and you're automatically entered into the raffle to win a screen used in this project. It's a piece of history. That is a piece of history. You could frame that one day. Guys, this sale ends 12/20 midnight EST. It's available for a week. Make sure to get it now. If you want it in time for Christmas, place the order now. These are pre-made, ready to go, shipping very fast. Guys, this project is special to us. Set our goals and we accomplished it. And we keep wanting to do crazy stuff like this at 730 Printing. So we appreciate your support. We appreciate everything. Let us know if you have any crazy ideas that you want to see us accomplish. More videos coming soon. What do you want to see in the print shop? We're here to show it off and make content for you guys. Far-fetched. Nothing is too for 730 Printing. And I'm going to end it on that. Guys, drop a comment.
The major news outlets weren't the first to call the election for Donald Trump. It wasn't even a polling group or a political organization. Instead, it was Polymarket that beat everyone to the punch, confirming the results hours before it hit the news. It's not the only reason they've been in the headlines. In the wake of the election, the FBI raided the home of Polymarket's CEO, Shane Copland, and confiscated his phone, although he wasn't actually arrested. So who got the spooks so spooked? Polymarket is a relatively new company that offers people a different way to gamble. Users can buy shares on the outcomes of real-world events, with the odds depending on what people are willing to pay for either result. It's in practice a completely deregulated system, using USDT, and Polymarket's about page is keen to tell you that there is no house and they don't actually take a cut of the wages or have any stake in the outcome. They've also said that the raid was nothing more than political punishment from the outgoing administration, but the whole site does seem to exist in a legal grey area. Polymarket's detractors have accused it of being just another shady crypto experiment designed to take people's money, while the company itself and their supporters see it as a less exploitative improvement on gambling and the future of an industry that's always going to exist. But before we can ask these questions and dive deeper into Polymarket, we need to take a step back and consider the context of all of this happening in. These days, gambling is everywhere and it's had a massive effect on culture, most notably in the world of sports. Until recently though, there were lots of barriers for entry to betting on sports. To do it legally, you generally needed to go into an actual brick and mortar store. There are ID checks and other barriers to entry, so compared to today, it did take a lot more time to start wagering. Gambling was present on TV as well, but there were still restrictions that kept gambling participation rates pretty steady over time. But today, it's a completely different story, and now people are gambling on every single thing in society. From which movies hit in the box office, to which presidents come into power, all the way to which wars are won. In 2018, the US Supreme Court reversed a federal ban on sports betting, leaving it up to the states to decide, and most have chosen to legalize it, which also coincided with the rise of mobile gambling apps. And since 2018, there's also been a massive rise in the amount of people with gambling addiction problems. Both surveys and charities running gambling addiction hotlines have confirmed it. A research paper by Stephen Shapiro from the University of South Carolina showed that sports and betting have an almost symbiotic relationship. A rise in popularity of one leads to more attention for the other and vice versa. Over time, the two industries have become completely enmeshed. We've seen similar results in the UK, where regulation has been lax for years. Now nearly every football team in the UK has a betting company logo on their jersey. Gambling ads now almost run non-stop during sports programming in the US. American football and its frequent pauses have even let them sneak in between individual plays. And this video isn't to say that gambling as a whole is a terrible thing, but it's the positive association with gambling that could be slightly concerning. And we're not just talking about sports, we're talking about kid gamblers and the promotion of gambling on anything and everything for teens. In a 2014 report, the UK Gambling Commission noted a massive rise in problems with gambling among 11 to 17-year-olds. The amount of kids who would qualify as having problems with gambling more than doubled from 0.7% to 1.5%, and that's only in the space of a single year. These are children who have been having problems with hard gambling, but a different kind of softer gambling has been promoted to children for years through predatory practices that have become common in video games. As games have evolved, companies realized they could make far more money through a so-called freemium model. The basic gameplay is usually free, without content, cosmetics, or even in-game advantages costing extra. The real money comes in from game purchases and microtransactions. Over time, they found out that the best way to make the most money with the system was to create an in-game casino system. They started as a way for players with less time on their hands to access items they could otherwise grind for. However, this wasn't enough for some companies, so they turned to the one business proficient at ensuring its customers' return: casinos. And things started to spiral out of control when companies saw how much players spent on loot boxes. Games like Call of Duty would start introducing loot boxes to reward players with cosmetic items. Nothing that would ever enhance the gameplay or even give you any money back. Players loved changing the appearance of their main character to suit themselves better, and add their own identity to the character. Finding new items became a fun little gimmick that came with leveling up. Loot boxes triggered feelings similar to what one might experience while gambling. The anticipation that comes with the mystery of what's in the box, the excitement that followed finding an item that you've been looking for a while, or the disappointment that settles in when you realize you weren't so lucky this time around. Loot boxes used to be discoverable in-game, or granted to you for free upon login. These days, multiple games require spending real money to get them. And we're talking about major gaming companies where you've already paid to access the game itself. And not only does this incentivize especially children to spend ridiculous amounts of money on digital items, but they're also paying far more because of the gambling mechanics, all without their parents' knowledge. You see, loot boxes operate on a system of rarity. They're designed to be as similar to slot machines as possible. And while it makes major gaming publishers tons of money, it also prepares them for a lifetime of gambling. And all of this is for new license for gambling, which brings us straight back to the objective. If you're still fumbling around with a bulky, outdated wallet, let me introduce Extra, the creators of the world's smartest wallets. These aren't your ordinary wallets. They're slim, sleek, and packed with features that make your life so much easier. You see, Extra wallets are super slim, holding over 12 cards in cash while staying half the size of traditional wallets. Their signature trigger mechanism makes it cards with just the push of a button. It's simple, fast, and so satisfying. And if you're worried about security, Extra has you covered with the RFID block mode so that your data stays safe from wireless skimming and theft. Plus, they're also made with sustainable materials like vegan Italian leather and space-grade aluminum. And one of their game changers is the Finder card. This solar-powered tracker ensures you never lose your wallet again. 2 hours of sunlight. And with the two-way ringing feature, you can find your wallet or even your phone in seconds. Plus, you'll get separation alerts and access to the worldwide lost and found network, so that you're always connected to your essentials. Right now, Extra is running a big sale 55% off until noon from December 9th to December 25th. So if you're looking for a perfect trade or an upgrade for yourself, this is your chance. Just use the link in the description below, partner.extra/moon, and use the code MOON to take advantage of this amazing deal. Trust me, once you try Extra, you'll never want to buy it. They've been one of the leading horses in a race to monetize a new way of trading, a peer-to-peer marketplace. Real world event. The site mixes crypto, gambling, and stock markets. In normal gambling, people place wagers on an outcome. In roulette, for example, if you place a Poly markets and other sites like it are a little different. Instead, it's like you can buy shares for each outcome. So you could either buy shares that the board is the amount you can win is decided by what other people are willing to pay. If most users think there's a 55% chance of landing back, then the share will cost 55 cents. This system means that you can either just bet on the outcome or you can by buying shares of one of the outcomes. Or you can buy and sell shares before the outcome, either making a profit or a loss based on how the consensus is changed. It all means that no third parties take a cut, but other problems come up instead as we find out. You're going to see how Shane Collins Poly market began in bathroom on a laptop. It didn't stay that way for long. Launched in 2020, the site was functioning months before the election. By offering a way to get an outcome, it picked up steam by around October. Poly market had already attracted $4 million from crypto and capitalist investors. After the election, the site went into stagnation years. Then in 2022, the CFTC banned it from letting American citizens use the platform and fined the site $1.4 million. But strangely, this didn't seem to make much of a difference. So whether the ban actually works is up in the air. It's hard to tell whether Poly market's compliance extended beyond lip service. But it wasn't until the 2024 election cycle that Poly market's growth began. This time though, it was going to get a whole lot more popular than expected. As reported by Fortune, the trading volume of first 5 months into that's one of ours. Then in June, it almost doubled to 110 million. The site was picking up speed, and a month later, it again, climbing past 500 million by September. Finally, with the election around the corner, it rose by another 500% to $2.5 billion. Since then, trading volumes have dropped, but not nearly to the levels they were before the election. The business model and the site itself seem to show staying power, and recent news might be an indication that some people are very worried about its growth. While the media and opinion polls the consensus on Poly market was much more in Trump's favor. In the market, before the demos started, a few days before the election, Trump was sitting nearly 63%, Harrison just under 37%. When Trump won, Poly market also declared victory.
You guys got a lot of flack for that, and I just appreciate you guys standing up for it. And hopefully you guys feel the same sense of victory that you do.
Now you could give a lot of reasons as to why. A Trump administration could be more likely to let them operate and might let them have US-based users again. And during the election, people were smiling at Poly markets as being outrageous and right, all due to their predictions that Trump would actually win the election, unlike mainstream polling that suggested the race was close. Their user base's bias to being pro-Trump was also proven correct as well, adding weight to their claims of representing the true vote of the people. But just a few days later though, the FBI suddenly raided Poly market's offices in New York, confiscating Coffin's phone and laptop. While other similar exchanges have been allowed to operate and their users place bets.
Someone's gotta start the party.
There we go.
US politics, Poly market had not gotten the go-ahead. Meanwhile, it's almost certain that lots of US citizens have been using the platform, bypassing the region lock with VPN. Whether it's Poly market's responsibility to investigate and stop this though is a legal question. So while they were obviously breaking their deal, they also have tons of plausible deniability that could possibly see them through a lawsuit if nothing else comes up. But of course, Poly markets were quick to claim that it was all a case of political punishment by the outgoing Democrats. The main objection that Poly market's detractors have raised is based on the fact that it's unregulated. They say it opens the doors to insider trading, market manipulation, and other predatory practices. Just a few days before the election, Fortune.com published a piece accusing Poly market of being a full of wash trading, a scam where users buy and sell lots of the same shares over and over again to make it look like a hot commodity. The crypto firms that came up with this analysis state up to a third of the activity surrounding the presidential market, the largest on the site, was wash trading. Other smaller markets on the site are even more vulnerable to manipulation. Their low trading volumes make it far easier for people to artificially move the markets with relatively small amounts of money. It seems like these kinds of things are almost expected in unregulated online financial markets. But perhaps the biggest reason behind the US's new crackdown on Poly markets could be that it's something they don't control or make a profit from. With no third party taking a cut or managing the odds, Polymarket gives people a crystal clear view of what the consensus is on certain events. It offers a perspective of the world that they can't control and is therefore dangerous. Governments also rarely have a problem with gambling if they're the ones profiting from it. The lottery, which is often a massive slice of a country's entire gambling industry, is insanely profitable for them. It's like printing money but without the inflation because they're taking it out of people's pockets. If Polymarket's model of peer-to-peer gambling takes off for other things, it could severely dent both of these profits and the ones they tax from regular casinos and bookmakers. It's not something they want to happen. While it might be unlikely, with so much money on the line, why would they risk anything? At the end of the day, Polymarket isn't the problem, and gambling itself in moderation isn't a terrible thing. The issue is that Polymarket is just a symptom of a culture that's let gambling go way too far, and the media's only concerned because it's a tiny part of the industry that the establishment isn't taking a cut from. All the other rigged forms of gambling where you're pretty much guaranteed to lose money are absolutely fine in their eyes, and regulation has been almost willingly useless. In 2021, the UK government took measures that added a minimum time between spins of 2.5 seconds. It's a hard rule that's definitely going to slow down the problem and prevent even more people from falling into addiction. That is unless people figure out that they can't just open up 2 separate websites. Plus, it really doesn't take that much time to sink an entire paycheck into online slots, even with those money restrictions. Meanwhile, you've got streamers on Kick streaming slots to tens of thousands of people, and you can pretty safely assume that a large part of the audience are children. The big streamers often aren't using their own money. Gambling sites give them massive wallets to burn live on stream, just to draw in potential users. They have big floats, and most of the slot games work by buying a certain amount of spins and then winning money back. So each time these guys play, there's all these flashy graphics and massive wins showing up on screen. And while this isn't really lying, it's definitely meant to be as misleading as possible, as it creates the connection between winning massive amounts of money and the slot website they're using. Even as you see the laws of probability work themselves out and the balances slowly go down, it doesn't matter. You can tell how integral these social media sites are for gambling companies' marketing plan. Otherwise, they would be funding an entire streaming platform just for this. But one of the worst things about all of this is that addicts can never really escape an easy way to indulge their addiction. Unless you entirely stop using a smartphone, it's always going to be there right in the pocket, or even on Times Square. It's like a smoker trying to quit smoking while keeping a pack of cigarettes in their pockets. And that's not to say there shouldn't ever be gambling adverts, not at all, but it's the way it's been adopted by everyone, by everything, where every single event in society is made to just be another part of gambling, which could be especially dangerous for those constantly losing when their entire addiction is centered around the dopamine rush that comes with a winning bet. And when you run out of money to keep it going, it's like being dropped in the icy water of reality. It all comes rushing on and you realize just how much money you lost and what the real life consequences are going to be, which is one of the things that makes the mainstream promotion of this so uniquely gripping, is that everybody's trying to avoid this feeling, especially in a society where people are becoming poorer and poorer, uneven to even safely survive, constantly being shown this option of winning, where you can gamble on everything, which movies hit in the box office, which president gets elected, hoodwinking millions and millions of people trying to avoid the reality of losing, trying to avoid the reality of their own situation in life. And while in moderation it can be fun and fine, the problem comes when every single thing is monetized in this way. When you're a kid, it's loot boxes, and as you grow up, this sort of thing just becomes normal. But it is important to remember though that there is always still hope for recovery. We're built to deal with adversity and keep going through tough conditions and not resist temptation. But with how much this stuff is pushed into people's faces, it's almost a sign of a society that's completely financially unstable, where materialism and money is promoted against everything else. Lots of addicts look back on their first bet and know that if they had lost instead of won, that whole habit would have never been formed and they would have escaped. Ironically, the dangers of gambling are always created by being lucky in the beginning. People who've revealed it to their families and their friends are often surprised at how willing they are to help. The absolute worst would be to keep it to yourself and bear the burden of being alone. It isn't a problem that people should be ashamed about, especially when it's promoted in almost everything, even just subtly without you ever realizing. But as we've seen, it's so ingrained into our culture today that children are already getting addicted before they have a bank account. And Polymarket and its competitors are therefore just the tip of a giant iceberg in a culture addicted to gambling. Regulating it is probably a good idea, but it's a comparatively tiny problem compared to the awful state of modern gambling itself and the root cause of why people are turning to this so much more than they have in the past. When money, materialism, and economic insecurity is a mounting problem in society, then it's no surprise that this stuff is so legitimized in almost every facet of society. But tackling that problem rocks the boat for everyone. It would dent the tax revenue and the lobbyist money that comes streaming out of the gambling industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. Friend of the show, Bashar al-Assad, his wife, Asma, who, by the way, is suffering from leukemia. And it's very, I think, sick that a lot of people that are celebrating the downfall of the Assads, who've been friends of the program for years, are cheering on Luigi Mangione for shooting a healthcare executive and yet applauding the downfall of a woman with leukemia. And that makes you think. And were the Assads perfect? No, probably not. I don't know. Is anyone perfect? But now that they're gone, we don't know. We don't know. The rebels, we're just calling them the rebels, are here. And I'm sure the rebels will be lovely. That's the thing about the Middle East. When one government leaves, everybody celebrates because that government is usually heinous. And everybody goes, good, they're gone. You know what they did? They tortured people and they put them in cages and they, butchered people and they poisoned people. Everybody applauds. It's the right thing to do. We all feel good about it. We're like, good, get them out of there. You see that? The rape rooms. And then you go, all right, so who's on deck? Who's next? What are their plans? Do they involve rooms of rape? Do they involve torture? Do they involve any jail cells? Will there be a religious police? Perhaps. It's tough. It's tough to get excited about regime change in the Middle East. I'm an older man. I'm 39. Many of you younger people listen to this show. And, you tend to look at regime change in the Middle East like a wide-eyed young person. Maybe in your first year of college, you're getting laid, you're having fun, you rush. A sorority, you pledge a frat, you're meeting your lifelong friends. It's fun. It's parents' weekend. You're growing into the person you've always been meant to be. That is a type of person who looks at regime change in the Middle East with excitement. You're in awe. Oh, my God. They lived under this totalitarian, brutal, evil regime. Jessica, you have no idea how bad, some of the people didn't even eat. I know. I feel you. As you get older, let's say if you are a 39-year-old ex-cocaine addict, homosexual, multimillionaire, you tend to look at regime change in the Middle East not as a negative, just as kind of like a, hey, this is happening now, huh? That's what you look at regime as you get older. Because I've been around long enough to know that the rebels, and God bless the rebels are led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, a group that grew from an al-Qaeda affiliate. Its leader, Abu Muhammad al-Jilani, was involved with militants battling American forces in Iraq following their 2003 invasion. And the State Department has a $10 million bounty for information on him. So he's on deck. He's on deck. He's up next. Now listen, do I blame him for fighting us in Iraq? Not really. I mean, what's he going to do? Right? We get there in Iraq. He's trying to establish a caliphate. We're getting in the way of that. This is the thing about the Middle East, by the way. There's very few people in the Middle East who, under scrutiny, are going to really hold up when it comes to the people that want to run Syria. There's not that many people that want to run Syria that you'd have at your house at a barbecue, and when they started talking about the beliefs they had, you'd go, huh, interesting. Most of these people are religious fundamentalists. They are militarists, meaning that, like Assad, they have a military dictatorship. It's a strong man. It's an authoritarian leader. That's not a region that has a democracy in their bones. They don't. It's a region that is run by petro dictatorships that lean on a enforced religiosity. So as an older person, as a person that has been around for a long time, I'm not happy or sad. I'm happy that the people got out of the butcher jail or the slaughter prison, and I hope they enjoy the 2 weeks they have before they're in the next one, because you just start eventually, and again, it's nobody's fault. It's someone's fault, but it ain't my fault. And as you get older, you actually stop. When things aren't your fault, you have to release yourself from them. This is true. This is controversial. People actually don't love this, but it is true. I didn't fuck up Syria. I'm probably, and I know this may shock you, I'm not gonna fix Syria. You see, I'm trying to not have pancakes. I'm trying to make a better choice. You see, I'm not trying to fix Syria. I know a lot of people in our country are, and they have been. They've been fighting proxy wars in Syria with Russia for a very long time. I'm sure the Syrian people are great. I really am. I'm sure they're lovely, and I don't love the, you know, can we get the photo of that toddler getting out of that prison? It's a perfect example of, you know, this emotional appeal, which obviously we're all human beings. We all have. Make it bigger. This is a toddler getting out of the Assad prison. And of course, your immediate response is, oh my God, the brutality, the horror. To which I say, yes, but also, what did he do? Why is he in that jail? Are you naive enough to believe children are never dangerous? Are you naive enough to believe that there's an age at which children can never be dangerous? What was he trying to do? Why was he in that cell? I have had no explanation for that. If you think that 2-year-old isn't going to get out of that cell and raise havoc in the new Syria, I mean, hell, the things he'll do. Can you imagine that? This kid has more cred than anybody. That is the next leader. That is the next leader that is going to destroy the Middle East. That is the hardest photo I've ever seen in my life. Other than the Trump photo of him getting shot and then pumping his fist full of blood, going, fight, fight, fight. That 2-year-old walking out of that jail cell is the hardest photo I've seen in my life. There is nothing that will ever compete with that photo. That guy is going to be a dictator. And if he is not, it is because he has made a lot of mistakes. But I'll tell you right now, nothing sets you on a path of domination like that photo.
Did you see the title of this article?
Yeah, toddler released from jail with hopes of Syria on his shoulders. Collapse of the Assad regime brings exuberant euphoria to Syrians across the globe, while new rebel leader faces new challenges ahead. This photo has come to symbolize the brutality. Okay, has come to symbolize the brutality of the Assad regime, which again, we are not minimizing, by the way. I don't want you to hear, just because I'm friends with Assad and his wife and his children, and I'll probably have dinner with them in Moscow, it doesn't mean that I don't recognize that mistakes were made. What I'm saying is the rebels, whoever these people are, I'm hoping and praying that they create a pluralistic, beautiful society in Syria that respects human rights and the rights of women, and they're a good partner, and that's the hope. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying the likelihood of that is low. That's all. The likelihood of that is low. And it is because I am old enough to have seen this movie before. I've seen it before. Now, I know they're releasing this one around Christmas. They're releasing this one around Donald Trump's inauguration. They're really trying to get stuff going, aren't they, before his inauguration? We'll talk about the fake alien invasion in a minute, but they're really trying to leave him a mess. They're really trying to get things going. They go to the Ukraine. They go, yeah, shoot these long-range missiles into Moscow. See how we can fuck all of this shit up. Then they're like, let's get Syria going. Because, by the way, none of this is an accident. Like, the rebels don't just accidentally topple the regime in Syria with a month before the inauguration. I hope listeners of this show are smart enough to know that this is not an accidental thing. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's a thing. I'm happy that 2-year-old got out of jail. God knows what he'll do, but I'm happy. And I think, again, he's setting himself up with that one photo alone to be a significant player in Middle East politics later on if he survives. But know this and be aware of it. Be aware of the fact that if in a year or two we are again at war in Syria, if we are again in the Middle East with fighting with the new Syrian government, the new leader, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked, and do not, I want you to remember this show when I told you this is how things in that region of the world work. It's almost like people around the world value different things, and you cannot always make people see things your way. You certainly can't do it at the barrel of a gun. We've tried to do that for many years. Also, this idea of endless immigration is the hope, this utopian dream, that everybody from all over the world that comes to America is doing it to be an American and not because they want an economic opportunity. They're doing it to be an American. That's a big utopian dream. There's a lot of people coming to America probably because they want to make money. They want to send money back to the country they live in. And they want to retain a lot of the customs and the culture of the place that they came from. And some of those customs and some of that culture is probably diametrically opposed to American culture. And it's not as easy to assimilate certain people. It's not about race. It's not about anything. It's about culture. And it's about the ideal of what a country should be. Now, there's people in America that disagree on lots of things. We have vastly different views on lots of things, but there are core principles that we do agree on. We agree on freedom of speech, some of us. We agree on freedom of religion. We agree on some of the core principles. And if you're importing people from parts of the world that have no tradition of that do not believe in that actually believe that is an affront to their culture and the way that they live, you're going to have a little bit of a sticky situation. It's going to be an issue. So that's why this beautiful movie of the Assads fleeing Syria, released on Christmas, you will see again. This is not a movie that doesn't have sequels. This is a movie that every few years, the news goes, we are overjoyed to bring you some great news from the Middle East. Finally, the long-suffering people of blank have toppled the regime of blank. And blank has, it's Mad Libs. You can do it in Mad Libs. And blank has fled the country and has been given a home in Russia or Iran. And they have fled the country. And here all the people are jubilant. They're happy, as I am for the people. And now they have the tough, and this is the way Americans talk and they do in the press, they have a tough road ahead. They have a tough road ahead, and they have some real challenges to building a government. They have a tough road ahead, and real challenges to building a government, and we wish them the best. Now, of course, we're over there telling them exactly who to pick or how to pick. We're trying, whether it happens or not, we're trying. We're trying to do that. Let's take a look, though. And this is the reality show that I want to see. You know, everybody likes these shows in L.A. or New York, but I mean, they're all boring, right? These real estate shows, we've seen all of them before. We've seen all of the houses, and you go, you gotta get it. You know, we all know how a basketball player or an actor or a musician or a finance guy lives, or a tech guy. We know. We don't need like season 8 of Selling Sunset. We're aware of how these people live, and you know, they got a pool. Ooh, it's an infinity pool. It looks like it's going off the edge, but it's not. We know how they live. But this is the show that I would like, which is we go around the world into the palaces of toppled dictators that at one time we propped up and gave them the money to do all of this. Because this is beautiful. He was modern. The Assads were modern. They had a modern aesthetic. Pause this for a minute. Many dictators, and this is one of their shortcomings, aren't evolved in terms of their aesthetic. They don't, it's not working. It's old. It's very old. It's dated. It's stuffy. The decor is, it just feels like it isn't what it needs to be. And what's nice about the Assad torture palace is how clean it is. It's metallic. It's a little cold. I think that's maybe the critique. You got to find the balance. This is hard. You know, a lot of these palaces, Saddam's, for example, very gaudy, very big. You go very big, very gaudy. Yes, regal, but a little silly, a little ridiculous, over the top, you know? What the Assads have done is they've created a space, which I think is very important, that feels new and clean. Clean lines, metal, kind of marble, nice finishes, uncluttered, a little stark. Play the rest. A little stark. Perhaps that's the critique. There is wood paneling that warms it up. You have wood paneling in the library. You have, of course, the door, the very thick door. If any of the palace servants get going or if there's a coup, you know, I mean, you got to have the thick doors, or if your wife gets cute, you got to have all of the thick doors. But again, I mean, nice, bright, well lit, kind of nice, as a dictator palace goes. These next guys coming in have big shoes to fill. A little Vegas in the bathroom. Do I love it? Do I love a little Vegas? A little Vegas in the bathroom. Not ideal. I love the ceiling. I like the chandeliers. I got to be honest, I like it. I know a lot of people, there's a few different styles here happening, but I think they're all brought together by this kind of sense of drama, because he knows how to create drama in a space. And you're doing it with kind of this marriage of this new modernist architecture, but also these large chandeliers and this wood paneling. You know, you're basically, so let's find out about these rebels, because I'm excited about these rebels. And I don't want anybody to listen to this show and think for even 1 second that I am a Debbie Downer or that I'm being cynical. I'm excited about the rebels. And that's what's being said probably somewhere in Washington, D.C. right now. I am excited about the rebels. First, the rebel coalition, now this is going to shock you, appears to be fragile. You see? This is the thing with rebels. They really agree that Assad's got to go. We do not like this guy. He's got to go. Everybody gets on board for that. This is how every coup, every government that's being toppled works. All the rebels get together and they have a meeting and it's fun. They sit around the fire and they go, hey, I hate you. You hate me. I raped your wife. You killed mine. But here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We need to try. Now, you believe in this version of the religion. I believe in that version. You believe the woman should be dressed in a full garbage bag. I believe she can have the slits out the eyes or whatever. I want to kill you and you want to kill me. And that's the way we do it. However, what we're going to do right now is lay our swords down. There's too much to be gained from a union. So all of these rebels, Turkish-backed rebels, you have rebels from Syria that are getting support, probably, I would guess, from maybe us. You have all these different rebel groups, and together they made it happen. Now, the HTS coalition of rebels had started outlining the basics of a state, publishing prison sentence guidelines for theft and criminal damage, as well as a plea not to settle scores or seek revenge. However, it remains unclear what the rebel group has in mind for Syria's future, and stories of war-torn states rising from the iron fist dictatorship to flourish into democracies are rare. And by the way, remember, I call this, Syria's will be as challenging as any. These are the two words that will always be used here. They go, this is very challenging. Our friend Luigi Mangione is finally in prison. And of course, he is the hot murderer of the United Healthcare CEO. He is the hot Italian anarchist murderer who had a secret gay life where he had sugar baby relationships with black men. How fucking hot is that? Let's all stroke to that. And, you know, he was buying Gucci sneakers for some black guys who were probably pounding him out. Luigi Mangione, God bless him. That's the deal. That's what it is. The way it's going to work, by the way, is like over the next few days or weeks, they're going to find out a lot about him, and it'll probably test like who supports him and who doesn't, because they're going to be like, wait a minute, so he was this socialist anarchist, but he was also like right-wing and racist, but he was also like objectifying black men, but he also like didn't come out of the closet, and he also like fetishized black men, but he also like watch, the discourse is going to go off the rails for Luigi Mangione. There is no hero in America. We can't have a hero. We don't get a hero in this country, by the way. So if you think Luigi Mangione is your hero, wait a week. It's not going to happen. We don't get a hero because he was like everyone else. He's an American. So it's going to come out. All of these different things about his life are going to come out, and we don't get and don't deserve a hero. And we're going to go through every single thing that this guy ever did. Some of his sugar baby tricks are going to be out there going, you know, he said a few things that really made me uncomfortable. He didn't really respect my boundaries. But what I like, by the way, as someone who's bought sneakers for a few twinks,
I see people debate a lot what's better to stream on YouTube or Twitch, and it's a question I get asked a lot because I'm like Constantine, the man who walks between worlds here, because I stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I multi-stream. I am the future. I'm the chimera. There's pros and cons to each platform, but if you do both of them at the same time, you create the perfect stew. It's the chemical X to streaming. I have said since switching to multi-streaming, every single person should be multi-streaming. Contracts don't exist anymore except for on Kick, and even that I think is gone. There are no Twitch contracts. There are no YouTube contracts. They've gone extinct, like the saber-toothed tiger. You know, like they have wiped their ass with contracts to creators. So I think you are making a big mistake if you just marry yourself to one of those platforms instead of just doing both, because you can. When people talk about this subject, they only give like the basic rundown, like the nutsack summary of pros and cons. I haven't seen anyone really go over numbers. I'm going to go over numbers. And I really think that the numbers here tell a very complete story of why multi-streaming should be the norm for streamers. It's in their best interest, and for viewers too, because then viewers have a choice on, do they want to watch it on Twitch where they're going to have a much more interactive chat experience, or do they want to watch it on YouTube where they don't care about the chat experience because it's a lot more dog shitty there. It's basically non-existent chat culture on YouTube streaming, but the playback is a lot smoother, a lot higher quality, and you can rewind it, which is a nice quality of life change. Also, it's a lot better on mobile. Twitch on mobile has been a fucking disaster for me for as long as I've tried to watch Twitch on my phone. Also, the ads on Twitch, they're getting outrageous. YouTube streaming doesn't have nearly as many ads, which is a nice breath of fresh air. Like, there are real pros and cons to both, but these are just the basics. And these talking points have been worn out more than my bussy after eating anything with spice in it. So I'm not just going to be baby bird vomiting the same talking points you've heard a million times. Instead, I want to show you the numbers. I want to bring up my biggest, most profitable stream I ever did on Twitch and then break it down a little bit. It was in 2022 when Moist Esports won the Rocket League Major, the Spring Major, still one of the best moments I've ever had streaming. I peaked at 75,000 live viewers. It was a very long stream that I did, and it took home 11.7K for that whole stream. Roughly 2,000 subs, but most of it came through ads, and most of those subs were primes. Subbing on Twitch is far more common than members joining on YouTube. Membership on YouTube is the equivalent of a Twitch sub where someone on YouTube pays $1. So like a tier 1 sub on YouTube for my channel is $1. On Twitch the minimum's $5, but it's the same concept. You pay money and it's a subscription basically. And that is so much more common on Twitch. So 2,000 subs on that Twitch stream is more than I've ever got through a YouTube live stream, by a large margin. And 11.7K is the most profitable stream I ever had in my entire 7 years on Twitch. I actually streamed on Justin TV before it became Twitch. I used to do like World at War Zombies on there and shit, but then I took like a long hiatus and then came back in like 2016. But this was the biggest stream I've ever done. I then switched to multi-streaming last year, and what I've learned is Twitch is much higher potential to earn money while live than YouTube, and it's because of things like the Twitch Primes, which have become a pretty integral part of the Twitch ecosystem, and ads. Twitch actually has more ads than YouTube, and thus, since more ads are playing, that's more money being generated from those ads to the streamers. There's so fucking many ads on Twitch. They pump ads out the wazoo, and they are so intrusive. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of years Twitch integrates a system into their player that has like eye tracking capability, so if a viewer looks away during an ad break, it'll pause the ad till their eyes are glued right back to it to finish the ad. It's brutal, but it does have higher earning potential while live for those streamers that have all of these ad breaks that are going on. So Twitch has a higher earning potential through live content. And the VODs on Twitch don't make any money. Like, they just don't. I don't even know if they're fucking monetized. And if they are, I don't know if streamers even see a penny of that. Like, not a single one of those fucking clams makes it to a streamer's pockets through the VODs. But on YouTube, it's a totally different story. My most successful stream on YouTube isn't the one I just had at the Game Awards with over 110,000 live viewers, which is my biggest stream by viewer metrics. The most profitable stream I've ever done, the most profitable anything I've ever done, is this stream right here, my Starfield stream. During the stream, I had 31,000 average viewers with a peak of 38K, which is a big stream. That is a big stream for me. It's actually more average viewers than the Rocket League one, but the Rocket League stream not only was a longer stream, but had a higher peak, and thus you would expect make more money because of the ads and the subs that came through. Well, what if I told you that's not the fucking case when it comes to YouTube streaming? Because this Starfield video actually made $84,000. 84,000 doubloons for a 4-hour stream just playing mid-poop-ass Starfield. The actual... Like, this was like an insomnia, try not to fall asleep challenge, basically. $84,000. And it's not because the 31,000 viewers all of a sudden just started, buying memberships or donating tons and tons of money. This wasn't like the biggest documented case of credit card fraud and money laundering that the internet's ever seen. In fact, the live stream itself made 1.6K on ads, and the other $78,000 came from the VOD and the ads that played during a VOD. Now, the membership number there, the 2.4K, a lot of those memberships were just from people watching the VOD and then buying a membership, not them doing it while it was live. Also, the supers and gifts, I'm pretty sure that is live. So you can add the 1.6K plus the 1.6K on the supers, so the 1.6K from the live ads plus the super chats, And let's just go ahead and be generous and say, like, the live stream, while it was live, made 4K. The other $80,000 came from the VOD. This isn't some, like, rare mutation here, like a fucking X-Men of analytics. This isn't some fringe outlier isolated case. This is the way that YouTube streaming is optimized. YouTube streaming is kind of just an afterthought for the platform. YouTube has always been about VODs, the videos itself. So when you finish a stream, it becomes a VOD, and that enters into the YouTube algorithm. And YouTube is extremely efficient at monetizing VODs. So finishing a 4-hour Starfield stream, it immediately saved as a VOD and made tons and tons of money through the VOD. Whereas on Twitch, I don't even think VODs are monetized. And if they are, it's not the creators making the money from the VODs, I don't think. YouTube is a totally different story. You don't make as much money while you are live from people buying memberships or donating money or anything like that. And their ads aren't that frequent on YouTube live streams, thank heavens. But what you miss in live revenue, you make up for with VOD revenue 10 times over. What I showed you with the Rocket League stream was my biggest, most profitable Twitch stream I ever did. So even when I was a daily streamer for like 6 to 8 hours a day for years, averaging between 10 to 20,000 viewers, fluctuating, I would usually be making between 4 to 6K a day. And that was like the norm, with the occasional peak going up to like 8 or 9, and then that being the biggest at over 11. But right now, my viewership combined on YouTube and Twitch is higher than it ever was on just Twitch. On YouTube, I average between 10 to 12K a stream, and on Twitch, it's between like 5 and 6K. It really just kind of depends on what I'm doing at the time. But on Twitch, you'll make more money while live and make nothing once the stream ends. On YouTube, you'll make less money while live and then could make 5 times as much from just the VOD. On Twitch, when the stream ends, it's basically forgotten. That's lost media at that point because no one's fucking watching Twitch VODs, it seems. On YouTube, when the stream ends, well, now the journey's just begun. Like, now, there's no telling what that can generate. Like, take this for example. This was a very normal, pretty low-key stream. I was just replaying Gears of War, one of the most important games in my life. This wasn't a brand new, hot release that would be, like, algorithmically successful. Like, it's not like something the algorithm would be salivating over, pushing out a Gears of War live stream. Gears of War is older than the hair on your grandma's titty nipple. Like, this is one of those streams where I do just because I really wanted to replay this game. And you can see my average viewers were 10,000, which is normal. That's a pretty normal stream for me on YouTube. But the VOD now has 1.6 million views and has made over $20,000. And of course I was multi-streaming, so I can pull the Twitch data as well here. This exact same stream made $1.4 thousand on Twitch. The difference is substantial. Now you can see again here in the data, the live revenue, 802 while live here, plus again, memberships and supers aren't really indicative to what was live because some of those could have been from people watching the VOD, and it calculates here post-VOD. But regardless, you can see that the live revenue was less on YouTube than it was Twitch, but the overall revenue is substantially higher on YouTube because of the VODs, which is something Twitch just doesn't really have, which is why I think you should just do both. Your potential to earn while live is much higher on Twitch, but your potential to earn through VODs is astronomically higher on YouTube, so you're really doing yourself a disservice if you don't just do both. And again, it is a positive for viewers too, because they'll be able to choose the platform they want to watch on, as opposed to having to roll their eyes and be like, oh, my favorite streamer's on YouTube. I hate the fucking chat there, but whatever, I guess I'll watch, or maybe I won't. I really hate YouTube streams, or vice versa. Oh man, my favorite streamer's only on Twitch. He went from YouTube to Twitch, and I just don't like Twitch. I'm not a fan of it, and I guess I'm just not going to watch him anymore. I'll just wait for the VODs on YouTube when he posts the clips. Like, now they have the option of just being on what platform they want to watch the stream. And there's a lot of streamers that are making the switch to multi-streaming. I just really think this should just be common practice for anyone who streams, because there's no reason not to. There is no exclusive contracts anymore. They're gone. Poof! They've vanished. And that's great for streamers and viewers alike, honestly. I used to think contracts were the future for streams, but that was until I realized just how efficient multi-streaming is from both a streamer and viewer side. There are just endless examples I can give in my time multi-streaming. Like, here's another super normal one with me playing an indie game that I really like called Another Crab's Treasure. Fucking Crab Souls, absolute banger of a game, but it's not like this stream was doing crazy numbers, right? Like, the movement on this stream wasn't anything, you know, unfathomable. Average 13k viewers, but the VOD now has over 2 million views, and it's made over $30,000. And to show this same stream what it did on Twitch, the numbers that it put up over there, it did 1.3k during the live stream, and nothing from the VOD. I can go on and on with the crazy numbers that YouTube stream VODs are capable of putting up. Like, here's me just playing Liza P, fucking Pinocchio Souls. 16,000 average viewers, and the VOD has made over $51,000. I just don't think there's a very good argument to only streaming on one platform. There is no reason you shouldn't just multi-stream. Your viewers are going to pick the platform they most prefer, and I think that it's nice to at least give them the option of choosing that for themselves too. And again, the potential for the streamer is pretty huge. So yeah, anyway, hopefully this was helpful for anyone out there that's trying to decide what platform they should stream on. I think it should just be both. That's my advice, and to any streamers out there right now that are only streaming on either YouTube or only on Twitch, really think you should just come in the middle and hold hands with both platforms and just, you know, like the commercial, why not both? I really think that it's probably a good idea. I do want to say though, regardless of what platform you're on, it's a very saturated market, so it's going to take a lot of luck. I've said this since the beginning of time, I'm not special. I got lucky. You could be making the best content the world's ever seen, turbo cheek clapping, slapping, banger, heater after heater, but at the end of the day, it's all about having that one lucky break that puts it in front of people's peepers and gets them interested. The only thing you have control over is the consistency. So you'll have like a catalog of videos that people can go back and watch after they might find that video that popped off through luck. So that's really about it. So yeah.
That's good to know.
Eyes on enemy.
You need to go viral, and then that attention is what gives people.
Hunt brothers, and we will wait as the smelting continues before we move on to the next step of the process.
Sniper's toast. Let's move.
Alright, now it's about 30 minutes. And for this one, I got the fuel in time, but it's fuel. And now in theory, if you're doing right, you see this cone.
Eyes on enemy.
The heavy metal, meaning in this case, our lead and silver, should be at the bottom. The top should be a very crumbly crust of slag, so that soda ash can put in, pulled out all of the impurities in the lead and silver, and are holding it up top. After this, we should have a cone of just lead and silver. So used to refine that up here at Silver Gold. We have more to do then. So now let's make sure that things are the right way. So we're going to flip this over.
Hostile gone.
Make sure we got the
Incoming.
Alright, now we have our pyramid of pretty much just lead and silver. You can see how malleable it is, where it's solid, but you can bend it because of the lead content. So that rock that we saw down in the mine just 2 hours later is now this. This is all the slag, so the waste material. And now what we need to do is measure how much we have, because remember, we started with 10 pounds of galena, but the galena would have had sulfur, silica, other waste materials that we don't need. So we're doing a absorbing into the cube directly below where I am standing. they would have been a lot actually. So I think I'm going to
Act like a fool, not aware we're troublemakers. Sometimes we try to be cool, not being givers, only takers.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the island of Palau. We are so tired. It is like 6 a.m. our time. We're gonna go to bed and show you around in the morning. Ooh, I like the size of these buffet plates. French toast. Oh, the nice thing about jet lag is no problem getting up nice and early.
The Republic of Palau is an island nation here in the Pacific. We're a little bit southwest of Guam. It's a former US territory, and a lot of people speak English here and they use the US dollar. And we're really excited to explore this little slice of paradise. So this is Koror, the main city of Palau. And you can see, this is not a bustling metropolis. It's a nice, quiet island, which is exactly the kind of place we like.
Hardcore free throw. Weapons free, people. Make them hate us.
Sapporo Ichiban. Shrimp crackers. We've got a really interesting fusion of American, Japanese, Korean, and Filipino foods here.
Becca, I'm a little worried. It's not 8 a.m. and it's pretty hot, isn't it?
It's very hot.
All right, we're here at Paddle Palau.
Hey, my name's Kobe.
Hi, Kobe. I'm Luke. This is my wife, Rebecca.
Rebecca, nice to meet you. Is this your first day in Palau, or
No, we haven't even been in 24 hours. We got in at like 11 p.m. last night.
And we're scheduled to go to Risong Bay.
The native people here, they call Palauans?
Yeah, we're called Palauans.
Like you guys do spearfishing here?
We do a good amount of spearfishing.
One of the days, if I brought a fishing rod, would that be cool, or is it?
That'd be fine.
Do you like grow up speaking English, or is that?
Yeah, at the household we learn Palauan first.
Oh, that water is clear. Pretty cool. This is pretty amazing.
So beautiful.
Welcome to the office. If you guys feel like...
Sorry, I was...
All right.
Depending on fishing,
Look at those fish. Oh my goodness, look at this.
The ancestral. These ones are safe to touch all around.
Oh, that is cool.
All water and algae. They have algae called zooxanthellae living on its tissue, and they live in a symbiotic relationship. So you gotta be careful. Exactly.
What's the population of Palau?
We're looking at 15, 16,000.
Is that one of those cooling towels?
Yeah, it really helps. Ah, it does.
We're just kayaking through these chains of lagoons. It is just absolutely gorgeous. This is the best kayaking I've ever had in my life.
This is gorgeous.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Do you post that?
Look at this. Well, Becca, you want to do some snorkeling?
Yeah.
Watchdog Hilo incoming.
This little white damsel just keeps biting my leg. He doesn't like me being there.
Here's those snacks.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's salty. Oh, Poppy.
Oh, I went and scraped my leg on the coral a little bit and it stings a little bit. This is just white vinegar?
Yeah, just regular.
Get that in there. Goodness, this is just absolutely amazing. But we're gonna go try another spot.
Made in Hawaii.
Right now.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Oh, this water's so warm.
Isn't it nice? This is just like the perfect temperature water. Do you want to go and picnic on a tropical beach with me? Our 3 boys are back at home because they got school, and I'm feeling a little guilty right now. But I'm getting over it really quickly.
I can save it for later. You know.
Yeah, these are nice bentos.
Backup's not
What a
coming.
great time.
You want to
This
get
is
out of this
so
alive?
beautiful.
Better step up.
Hey, Becca, I found half your bra.
I hear a follow. Oh.
Nice.
Look at all the banyan tree roots coming down. Oh, there's a carnivorous pitcher plant growing over here. See right there? This little pod is full of like stomach acid in the bottom. And insects go inside, and they slip down, they can't get out, and they get dissolved and turned into fertilizer for the plant. These plants are growing in limestone cliffs, so they get like no nutrients. So they have to kill and eat their own nutrients. That is really cool. Yeah.
That looks fake almost.
This is probably the coolest kayaking we've ever done. Quick, to the shadows, Becca, to the shadows. Our fair Alaskan skin is baking.
A lily.
Yeah, like a, yeah.
Does it smell good? Cute.
That is nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Because you can only enter.
Shallow and calm this is. It's such a cool and unique place. I think this is the best snorkeling I've ever seen in my life. It's shallow, it's calm, it's crystal clear, it's the perfect temperature, and there's even shade. I mean, where else can you go snorkeling in the shade? This is pretty cool, and there's just nobody here. They're fine.
Enemy scout pulse detected.
That was some pretty coral, wasn't it?
Really pretty.
Those fish were just so not scared of me at all.
Got some action up front.
Oh, look at that blitz. There's a bait blitz over there. You can see all the fish coming up. Bluefin trevally are chasing schools of sardines all over the place. Oh, look at them. Where's our rod and reel when we need it? We're not making this mistake tomorrow. Schools of baby sardines all over. Oh, yeah. Come to my arms, Becca. I feel good about that. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm feeling good about this system.
Perfect execution.
Oh,
The
this is
Pantheon's
cool.
probably pissing themselves right now.
Mission area is ours. Beautiful, bro.
So this is a little tidal river that takes us to a lagoon called Long Lake. The tide's going in, so we can just ride the current straight in. Watch out for the tree! Watch out for the tree! We're gonna die! We're gonna die! I can paddle, but you know, I'm filming, I don't care.
This is so beautiful. This is so cool.
23 years of marriage, I still know how to show a girl a good time. Yeah. We're just cruising through this mangrove forest. You can see all the mangrove roots just in this tidal flat. There's all these upside down stinging jellyfish on the bottom of the seagrass. See, look, there's a whole bunch of them right down there. Oh, it sure is pretty.
Oh, what is this? Oh my god. That's a giant trevally.
Ooh. It's kind of cool. We're just gonna go and paddle up a different stream.
I found a big one.
But they're okay. Just kayaking through the forest.
That was so cool.
I'm starting to feel the jet lag though. How about you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a green sea turtle right there. They actually eat those here in Palau. They're supposed to be really tasty.
Oh, there's another one on the right.
Oh, that's a hawkbill, right?
A green sea.
Yeah, that's a green sea? Oh, look how fast he is.
Oh, he's wily.
Yeah, there's a white ball.
There's a sunken Japanese fighter plane from World War II just right over here. You can see the propeller almost sticking up out of the water.
Yeah.
Look at that.
March toward domination. Time to get our hands dirty, Black Ops.
That's cool. The fighter plane was cool, but my GoPro just completely fritzed out the SD card, so not sure if I lost all my footage from the trip or not, so that'll be interesting. But it's the end of the day anyways. I put my shirt on here before these two guys go blind. Don't stare directly at them.
Control Bravo.
All right, guys, see you tomorrow. All right, Dave, shall we go back to the hotel and see if we can get my GoPro working? Well, I got back to the hotel, popped open my GoPro camera, and there's a little bit of seawater inside. Hope that I'll be able to recover all the footage I've been taking for the last 3 days. So we'll see what happens.
Zone C secure. Lost A. Security.
Our guide Kobe told us if we want to eat a fruit bat or a coconut crab, we go to the Penthouse restaurant. So we're gonna go do that.
Let's take it C.
I ordered some fruit bat. You want to share, babe? Oh my goodness! Thank you very much. Thank you.
Charlie.
Oh look, he's got a little hand. Oh, he's still got all this fur on.
Alpha capture.
Reminds me of like feral pigs, but different to fish. Yeah, like fishy pig. He's not gutted. He's very much whole. But let's get in there. Get some of the fruit batty goodness. So apparently fruit bat is a little bit of a local delicacy, though not every local likes it. It's more popular with the older generation, maybe. It's not horrible, but it's got a very strong, pungent flavor. Not my favorite. I think I'm done with that. I think I'm okay. You want to try any of my fruit bat, baby?
I'm happy with
my name's Cyrus. Part of the family that runs the hotel.
Well, thanks for letting me try the fruit bat. That was a little bit of an experience.
You're a brave soul, but
Do they eat the whole thing, like the fur and everything?
Yeah.
Is fruit bat a common thing that people eat here in Palau?
it used to be a lot more common. The younger generation probably doesn't eat it as much as the older one, but we still do every now and then.
It's been interesting.
I commend you on the effort.
It's okay.
Oh, okay. This is a stuffed land crab. Have you eaten this one? Like sweet crab meat with coconut in it. That's pretty good. The crab was real good. Sorry, you're exhausted.
I am so tired. It was a wonderful day though.
We're gonna do our morning routine of picking up some Pocati Sweat and sunscreen.
We need both of them.
We need both of them in large quantities. Hi, good morning. For no good reason.
How you doing, guys?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? The stuffed crab was excellent. Yesterday we didn't bring fishing rods. Today we sure did, didn't we? We just saw fish blow up over there. Look at here.
Yes, let's go. Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's a roy. Now, these are native here, right? Here, he's little. I think you can throw him back, eh?
Securing Charlie.
We're gonna throw this one back. He's little.
Securing B.
That too. That sounds. Well, things kind of cooled down. We go try another spot. Check it out. He got some spear guns. This is a Palau style spear gun. It's got no trigger. It's got this lever here. You push this down, and it releases the spear.
What's going on out there? Tighten up and show some fun. Control Bravo. Lock it down also. Escape
Are those the soldier fish?
Don't let them take you alive.
Oh, I missed so many fish. Kobe, the parrotfish killer. Oh, nice grouper.
Your soldier.
Oh, you got him, huh?
Swirl fish.
Yeah. I can't have this shame. There you go. There you go. Get that one off there.
Nice. Is that a grouper?
Grouper right here.
Oh! Yay!
Rainbow Runner. Those are very good.
Oh, good eating. Good job. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That's big.
No, you got an angelfish?
Angelfish.
Okay, I saw some. I didn't know if those were good or not.
Yeah, the 6-banded are really good for barbecue.
What's that? That water is like hot, man. You're feeling better.
People at the beginning I don't know. So.
Yeah, us Alaskans, we are good with the cold. We are not built for the sun. We can see some birds diving over there. Oh, there we go. We're getting going. It's tiny. It's feisty. Look at that.
Ooh, kind of looks like a huma huma nuku nuku wah wah.
Yes.
Orange margin triggerfish.
They call him a triggerfish because he's got this bony spine on the top that flips up like a trigger so that predators can't get him out of a hole. He's got these sharp little teeth. All right, we're gonna let him go though. Woo! That's a Roy. Roy! Hey!
Good catch.
There, got another little Roy. In Hawaii, they call these Roy. Yeah. That's a little bit bigger.
Oh, pretty.
Woo! Now that's a beautiful catch.
Yes. Love for this. There we go. Red snapper. He pooped all over your boat, bud. Pulled up to an area where there's sometimes manta rays. We're gonna see if we can't dive with manta rays real quick.
Face outside and then collect blanket.
There's like tons of fish bubbling up on the surface. Apparently this is a preserve, so we can't fish here, so. We saw loads of sharks, GTs, lots of rainbow rudders, unicorn fish, and the manta rays. Well, that's where we should have been fishing. Just drove by and a school of fish were jumping out of the water. Oh, there we go. It's not huge, but it's a fish. There we go. A little snapper. Oh, another little trigger fish. This one's even smaller than the last one. Look at it making little noises. All right. Snapper. Oh, grouper. Oh, nice one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a nice fish. That is a beauty. That's not a bad one.
Oh, that's a really good scene.
Yeah, that's a proper one. Oh, that was fun. Oh, looks like another snapper. But a nice one. That's a great. You again. All right. Thank you. Yeah, that is not a bad haul. Yeah, we got some decent snappers in there too, huh?
Hostile UAV established overhead.
That's a pretty good goatfish. Oh, nice angelfish. Feels good, yeah. Oh, those are good. Man, that is a pile of fish. Look at that. We did okay. Yeah, we did all right. Freezer. Good for a wonderful day.
Welcome, Rebecca, Luke.
We'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. All right. Is that cool, babe?
So cool. You found us masterpiece.
And I'm so sunburned. Oh my goodness. We're home and my legs are so sunburned. I can't count how many layers of sunscreen I put on and it still didn't help. All right, baby, you ready for dinner? Alrighty. Oh, I am so sunburned. It hurts to walk. Barely have enough energy to eat dinner. All right, Becca. You need to feel my legs.
Oh, poor Luke.
Tell it to me straight, Becca. Am I gonna make it? Oh, they hurt. Frostbite, no problem. Sunlight, that's my real kryptonite. Oh. All right, we're exhausted. I'm gonna put up the camera and see you guys in the morning. Oh, that's another pretty day.
I'm hoping the clouds might save you a little bit.
I am going to wear pads. 40 minutes, it'll start falling apart. Oh. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. I feel like I've been run over by a bus. I'm getting so tired. Oh. Here in Palau, they got cars from both Japan and the US. Some cars are right-hand drive and some cars are left-hand drive. But everyone drives on the right side.
Good morning.
Oh, it was lovely.
That adds a level of appreciation.
We're gonna go about 1 hour to the island of Peleliu. Over here on our left is the island of Peleliu. Famous battle in World War II happened here, and the US Marine Corps landed and fought the Japanese. So Peleliu has people living on it?
Yeah, looking at about like 400 people.
Okay. During the Battle of Peleliu, there was major fighting on the island of Netherlands, and we're going to be going over there and exploring old ruins. Before we head off to Netherlands, we're going to get some permits.
Friendly HPT on site. HPT under fire. Repeat, HPT under fire. Recharge. Enemy C4 charge. Today's work. We lost these in.
Over there is the island of Megabus, and unlike Peleliu, nobody lives on it. So it's been largely untouched since the battle in World War II. So we're going to go ahead and kayak over there and do some exploring. That's the remains of an old causeway that connected the two islands. It was bombed out in preparation for the invasion.
Keep them safe. HPT under fire. Repeat, HPT under fire.
Walking in. I'll pass along the
But just remember, I can only carry so many. That one's really pretty right there.
Really pretty. This one's tiny.
Yeah, it is. Giant clamshells. Oh my goodness, there's just these shells everywhere. Look at this. My wife's love language is seashells. She loves me more because I bring her seashells. Ron's gonna head on into the interior of the island through the jungle and see if he can't find a way to get to some of the really cool stuff. Almost nobody visits this island, so a lot of this stuff is just completely swallowed up by the jungle. Kobe, do you have any snakes?
Yeah, we have the endemic boa constrictor, and the longest one I've seen is about length.
So you don't have any poison?
The banded secret, the black and white.
Oh, but those are sea snakes, right?
The window on this side.
Sakura beer. Yeah, you come a long way, beer bottle. Look at this. It was a concrete bunker, huh?
Incoming
That is cool. You can see all the pock marks here. They're probably bullet holes, right? Yeah. Most of the vegetation wouldn't have been here during the war. They would have bulldozed the island down to give them good line of fire. Then they dropped a whole bunch of bombs on it and everything, so it's just like flat. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Little piece of pumice. This thing weighs almost nothing. It's like a rock that feels like styrofoam.
Your face.
Let it go back home to its family. There's a giant banyan tree on top of this bunker. It's just covering it in roots. Oh. Look at this. Come on in, baby. Careful, yeah, this is all rebar right here. You don't want to get poked by it. That's a Japanese canteen. Is it alright if I just touch it and put it back?
Anything you touch, you can.
Look at that. That is a canteen from a Japanese soldier. It's got kind of the round body to it instead of the flat ones like the Americans had. That's crazy. They shot 3 rounds from a 75mm gun from an LVTA and blew a hole in the side of this bunker, and then they torched the rest of it with the flamethrower.
These ones? The rust.
There you can see all the pock marks from the bullets over here. Oh, that's a skull. But it's not a human one, I don't think. What is that? Oh, maybe like a big turtle skull.
That could be a turtle. Get the 2 eyes over here.
Wow.
All right,
They
chat.
sell it by per pound.
Yeah. Look at these holes. These are land crab holes, right?